Hello. So, what is really amazing is that the names of people and places have been having to do with what's going on when I come across them since I was born. Um, it's pretty amazing, and sometimes it makes a lot more sense the 20th time coming across a name than it does the first time. But when I was born, my mom was sitting down in Fullerton, and that name is full ER ton. It's kind of weird, and um, and she caught me before, or the doctor caught me before hitting the ground. It was like the easiest birth, and everybody's name, like my brother, when I first met him, his name means, like when you break it down using the language of Adam and the origins, it will have to do with what's going on. And this is always going to be real because with absolutely everybody, this is going to be real, not just me. Because when you break a name down using the origins, the individual letters become verbs. So it's impossible to be wrong there if you just simply use addition. But what's really, really amazing is the synchronicity that's found. What I mean by that is like what I just mentioned. Like my brother, I met him when he was writing in my baby book, and that's found in his name. A is caring, L is working, E is and then X is marking. He's learning how to write his name. And it's very, very bizarre, like how accurate it is. And actually, all the places I've lived um, actually show what was going on while we were there. It's very, very funny, very interesting. And this is actually true with everybody, but it hasn't ever gone in any negative direction. Um, it's it's tried to make the best, and but it seems to try to help me and try to explain what's been going on. What's it take a long time to explain, but if you look into it, you'll find um, it's really magical. But for example, um, at first people were assuming that I was paying people every time I'd go out, and people would be paid to act or something like that, while I would come across them and explain to them what their name meant, because it was always a miracle and it always had to do with what was going on. Best example is like every week, and see, after a couple months in LA, nobody accused me of being crazy anymore. Like they knew it was real. And it kept happening every time I went out. It was so weird. And the names of the streets and stuff, it was the same there too. That's what's really amazing. But anyways, so the last job I had, the names of all the people matched what was going on when I came across them. So Terry, for example, Terry has the word air in it, kind of. I messed up, and he was like the supervisor kind of guy in the area, and he was the one that witnessed it. And then so this other guy, Robert, he was being trained by me. I trained a guy named Robert, and it wasn't anything to do with stealing, of course. It was cleaning rental cars. There was no way to steal anything. But the letter R and the letter O is like heading a way that's making sure of something, and the letter B is warning, which was what I was basically doing. Like his name described what I was doing, basically. And then ER is like, where are you going? And then T would be like which car he's taking, and like S is measuring what's incoming. And then like everybody's name had something to do with what was going on. There was this cute girl there, and I was that day before I met her, I wrote an email about I can't remember what it was, but it was something about how I wasn't supposed to check out, um, how I didn't check out girls on television and stuff like that. How I was putting all my focus into a dream girl, right? And I was trying something that hasn't really been done before. Um, and um, anyways, this girl, I was checking her out. She's really cute. Her name is ELA. So I was like, what the heck? And so I showed her my email. I was like, what? That's really weird. But anyways, so at the bar, like somebody be named Fresh, right when he was finished drinking, he told me his name is Fresh. It's like, are you going to refresh? That's another example. It just doesn't stop. My first best friend, when I met him, his name was Jeff, and that means the letter J is measuring a person's worth, and the letter E is like, huh? And then two F's mean claimed. And what was happening was he asked me if I would be his friend because my brother said he was too young or something. He said, I gotta play with somebody a little bit closer to my age or something. And so he was like, oh, dang it. And then he's like, well, will you be my friend? And so it matched really well. And then the other best friend I had after that was named Ben. And what happened with him, which is really funny, I thought he was a female at first. When I came up from behind him, he had long hair and I couldn't really see. And so when I came up to him, he had I thought he was a girl possibly, and so his name, letter B is warning, and then E is huh, and then N is loving. So it's like warning he's actually a guy. And so like when he turned around, it startled me. I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck? Because I thought he was a girl. But it was really weird, like everybody's name. And so at my job though, everybody else's name had to do with what was going on when I came across them. It was so bizarre. Um, let's see. It's kind of hard to remember all the names right now. But I was explaining their name to them whenever I came across them. And this is something I haven't stopped doing to people. And I've been doing it like everywhere I go. And if I just find a random person on walking by, and I ask them what their name is and explain what it means, like let's say somebody's locking up their bicycle, it'll like have a little letter G in it, which means locking the destination, kind of, or whatever. And so there's an example. It's always like, wow, that's amazing. It's not just what a weird coincidence. It's like it has to be coming from their parents. They're trying to wake them up. It's very impossibly real. So this needs to start happening. People haven't been. They need to. I need to do more to reach out to people and get investments, get help with this. But it is an amazing story. My parents, it really matches what was going on. The letter N is feeding. So my dad, gave me to my mom, and then she fed me, right, when I came out. So that's kind of found in their name. While John is like showing off his son, kind of, and then Marilyn is like mom, and then, heading, and then the letter IL has meant dairy. It's actually tried to warn us about dairy because of people dying from dairy. It's been associating like the devil or whatever with dairy. The timing of coming across other languages, it would give me the letter IL to warn me, usually coming from Arabic and Indian. to warn us about dairy because it's been killing people. It actually kills a lot of people. And it's possible we could be living without getting a cold and a flu right now. I go several years without getting anything. And when I do get something, definitely something that could have been prevented.